Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're taking a fascinating journey into something you've almost certainly encountered before, maybe even have a secret stash of Japanese gummies.
Ah, yes, gummies.
Now, you listening out there, you've likely had your share of gummy candies. Perhaps you even have strong opinions on the best kind.
Hmm.
Well, prepare for a real surprise because we've got a terrific article from Japanese OISHII Foods that's about to give us a genuine insider's perspective on this popular treat.
That's right. It's easy to just dismiss gummies as, another sugary snack, but this article really breaks down the subtle yet significant differences
Yeah.
and the unique appeal of Japanese gummies.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic example of how, well, cultural nuances and a real dedication to product evolution can transform something seemingly universal
Hmm.
in really unexpected ways.
Absolutely. Our goal today, and thanks for joining us on this mission, is to look far beyond the basic idea of a gummy bear. We want to uncover the special qualities that make Japanese gummies so distinctive and intriguing.
Hopefully deliver a few of those aha moments.
Exactly. Okay, let's unpack this. When we say gummy, what are we actually talking about at its core?
Fundamentally, a gummy is an elastic candy, primarily made with gelatin or pectin, which, gives it that characteristic chewiness.
Right?
The story really begins back in Germany, 1922. Haribo's introduction of the iconic Gold Bears.
The originals.
Hmm. Their initial success was really down to the simple pleasure of chewing that tactile enjoyment that just proved universally appealing.
And Japan entered the gummy scene a bit later on, didn't it?
Yes, the article pinpoints 1980 as a key year, the launch of Cola, quickly followed by fruit juice gummies.
Okay.
These early successes really ignited the rapid expansion of the gummy market in Japan.
Yeah.
And now, the variety is just astonishing, spanning a huge range of flavors, textures, and like the article points out, even options designed for health-conscious people.
Wow.
It's quite a journey from those original bears.
It certainly is. So while we all have a general idea of what a gummy is, this article really emphasizes how Japanese gummies carve out their own unique identity compared to what you might find elsewhere.
Yeah.
What were some of the key distinguishing features that struck you?
Several aspects really stand out. The article emphasizes texture as a primary differentiator.
Texture. Okay.
Japanese gummies tend to be soft and delicate, often described as having a juicy quality, which contrasts with the firmer, more chewy texture we often associate with gummies from other regions.
Right, like the standard gummy bears, maybe?
Exactly. Then there's the flavor profile. Japanese gummies frequently highlight the natural sweetness and tartness of fruit juice, aiming for a balanced taste.
More natural.
Seems so. Whereas international gummies can sometimes lean towards more intense, sour, or richer, sometimes, artificial flavors.
And it's not just about the candy itself, but also how they present it, right? The look and feel.
Exactly. The appearance of Japanese gummies often focuses on more realistic fruit shapes,
Yeah.
unique, almost artistic designs sometimes, while foreign gummies tend to be more about bright colors and, well, abstract forms. Even the packaging offers a clue.
Oh, yeah.
The prevalence of zipper closures on Japanese gummy bags is a small but practical detail emphasizing convenience.
That's such a Japanese thing, that little practical touch.
It is. But perhaps the most telling difference, according to the article, is the overall sense of satisfaction they deliver, suggesting that even a small Japanese gummy can provide a surprisingly fulfilling experience.
That's fascinating. The article then dives into what it identifies as the three main draws, the main attractions, of Japanese gummies. Let's start with the first. The evolution of diverse textures. This sounds incredibly interesting.
It really is. The article highlights the impressive spectrum of textures available. Everything
Oh.
from that soft, juicy burst you mentioned
Right.
to gummies that are incredibly firm and provide a long-lasting chew. They give us some excellent examples. Meiji's fruit juice gummies are specifically mentioned for their wonderfully juicy softness.
Okay, the soften.
Then you have Kabaya's tough gummies, which are intentionally designed to be quite hard,
Huh.
almost mimicking the experience of chewing gum.
Really? Wow. And the one that really piqued my interest was the UHA Kororo. The article describes its texture as a new sensation of elasticity and plumpness,
Mhm.
even going so far as to say it transcends conventional concepts. That sounds like a gummy experience you almost have to feel to understand.
Exactly, but what makes it so different? It
Right.
seems to be a combination of factors. The plumpness suggests a certain fullness in the bite,
Okay.
while the elasticity implies a springiness that's distinct from a simple chew. It sounds like it offers a more three-dimensional textural experience.
Yeah.
The article's emphasis on it transcending conventional concepts, really underscores how innovative Japanese gummy makers have become, focusing on mouthfeel as a key element of enjoyment.
So it's not just flavor anymore.
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
By offering this wide array of textures, they're providing a multi-sensory experience and a constant sense of novelty.
Okay, the second core attraction focuses on delicate taste and flavor. This also ties back to what you mentioned about the emphasis on natural fruit juice.
Precisely. The focus here is on capturing those natural sweet and sour notes. Again, Meiji's fruit juice gummies are highlighted for their richness in fruit juice,
Right.
and Kabaya's Purial gummies are praised for their ability to accurately replicate the authentic taste of domestic fruits.
So really trying to taste like the actual fruit.
Exactly. The article specifically draws a contrast with the rich flavors of foreign countries, suggesting a different cultural preference. It's this kind of thoughtful innovation in flavor delivery that keeps things so interesting.
All right, the third core attraction shifts our focus a bit. Functionality and premium quality. This suggests that gummies in Japan are evolving beyond just being a simple indulgence.
That's right.
Is this driven by a wider health trend in Japan, or is it something specific to the gummy market itself?
The article suggests it's likely a combination of factors. I mean, with a growing awareness of health and wellness,
Sure.
we're seeing more Japanese gummies incorporating beneficial ingredients,
Huh.
like collagen and vitamin C.
Collagen gummies, okay.
This adds a functional dimension to what was traditionally just a treat. Simultaneously, there's a clear rise in premium gummies that prioritize high-quality fruits, organic ingredients, even sustainable packaging.
Right, elevating the whole thing.
Exactly. It elevates the perception of gummies beyond a simple snack.
So these aren't necessarily just for kids anymore then?
Not at all. The article points out that these premium and functional gummies have found a niche as potential gifts, even as a luxury item for adults.
Wow, a luxury gummy.
It really speaks to the idea of the experiential value of food, where even a relatively inexpensive item like a gummy can offer a sense of indulgence or well-being.
Interesting.
And the emphasis on health-focused ingredients like vitamin C does seem to be a notable differentiator from many gummy offerings we see internationally.
Now, after all this discussion, I'm definitely curious about specific examples. The article does provide a list of recommended Japanese gummies. Let's explore those. First up is the Meiji fruit juice gummy grapes.
Ah, this one sounds like a real classic, and for good reason. Having been around since 1988, its longevity speaks volumes.
Sure.
The key features are that wonderfully soft and juicy texture and the authentic sweet and sour grape flavor, achieved through a careful blend of different fruit juices.
Nice.
Plus, the charming fruit shape adds to its appeal, making it, a little moment of pleasant relaxation.
Next on the list is the UHA Ajikakusuga Sugar Kororo. We touched on this earlier with its unique texture that's hard to even describe.
Exactly. This one is all about that distinctive plump texture with a fruit-like elasticity, a true new sensation, as the article emphasizes. It's known for delivering a really intense burst of real fruit juice flavor, almost like biting into the actual fruit. Its popularity, particularly among younger consumers, really highlights its innovative approach.
Okay, sounds like one to try. And then there's the Canro Puree Gummy Grape, the one with that intriguing sour powder coating.
Yes, the two-stage flavor experience.
What can you tell us about the process behind that deeper grape taste? How do they get that complexity?
Well, the article highlights a two-stage fruit juice preparation method for both the grape and muscat varieties.
Okay.
This likely involves concentrating the juice in different ways or adding different forms of juice at various stages of the gummy making process to build a more complex and layered flavor profile.
That's some serious gummy science.
It is, and it's fascinating that there are reportedly around 5 different grape puree gummy variations just from this one brand. That really shows a deep commitment to exploring the nuances of a single flavor.
Wow. Moving beyond these top picks, the article also spotlights some unique Japanese gummies. The first one sounds particularly different, the Oki's Sweet Potato Soft Gummy.
Yes.
Sweet potato in a gummy, that's not something you see every day.
This is where we see some truly creative, ingredient-focused innovation, often tied to regional specialties. Made with Kagoshima sweet potatoes.
Right, famous for sweet potato.
Exactly. These gummies aim to replicate the distinct texture of both baked and steamed sweet potatoes. It boasts a naturally rich, sweet flavor and comes in convenient individual packaging.
Individually wrapped, okay.
The article aptly describes it as a new concept that cleverly merges traditional sweet potato treats with the popular gummy format.
That sounds surprisingly appealing. I'd try that. The next unique one is the Morinaga Udama Choco Ball Gummy Grapes. Chocolate and gummies.
Yeah, a combination I wouldn't have immediately thought of either. Does the article offer any insight into why this unexpected pairing works?
It is a bit of a surprising hybrid. These are essentially sticky gummy bears encased in a layer of chocolate,
Okay.
offering that initial cocoa aroma and flavor that then gives way to the sour grape taste of the gummy center. Apparently, this unusual combination has found a following among both children and adults.
Huh. Suggesting a playful contrast of textures and flavors that people enjoy. It's a
Yeah.
good example of the willingness to experiment.
Definitely experimenting. And finally, in the unique category, we have the Conro Gummitzel. The name itself is quite distinctive.
Maitzel, yeah.
What's the story behind these pretzel-shaped gummies that are only available in specific cities?
These are pretzel-shaped gummies, pastel-colored, giving them that cute appearance that's so popular in Japanese culture.
Right, the kawaii factor.
Exactly. What's really interesting is their limited availability only in Tokyo and Osaka, which creates a high demand for them as souvenirs.
Ah, scarcity marketing.
It seems like it. The article highlights a light texture and a surprising gap between appearance and taste. The author even includes a personal note about the texture being unlike anything they'd experienced before.
Really makes you curious.
It does. What is that sensation like?
The article also features a fascinating little section on collaborations with travel guidebooks. That sounds like a really clever way to connect local culture with a popular snack.
It is. By creating visually appealing shapes that evoke travel globes, sharks, gem cuts, and through direct partnerships like the Chiki no Arukikata Gumi India,
Okay.
which aim to capture the flavors of local Indian spices, they're offering consumers more than just a sweet. It's presented as a cultural experience through food.
Eating tourism.
Effectively, yeah.
Yeah.
Driving demand for these gummies as edible souvenirs.
Yeah,
It's a shame the India one is no longer available, but the concept itself is truly innovative.
definitely. So, for anyone planning a trip to Japan and wanting to dive into the world of gummies, or even for those of us just intrigued from afar, the article shares 3 interesting ways to appreciate Japanese gummies. Let's delve into those. The first is the ASMR experience of sound and texture.
Ah, yes, ASMR.
This really highlights a modern way people are engaging with food.
It absolutely does,
Yeah.
tapping into the huge popularity of ASMR videos, particularly among Gen Z, which often feature the sounds of chewing.
Right, the crunches and pops.
Exactly. The article specifically mentions Sherry-monen gummy, with its dual-layered texture, crunchy outside, chewy inside, and the supposedly soothing sounds it produces when chewed.
Interesting.
The hashtag Gummy ASMR hashtag on social media is even cited as a burgeoning sound culture embraced by international fans. It's remarkable how sound has become another dimension of enjoyment.
Who knew? The second way is through regional limited fruit gummy eating comparison. This connects directly to the idea of those local specialty fruits we were discussing.
The souvenir aspect again.
Does the article suggest if this trend is significantly boosted by tourism or more by local pride?
It seems to be a combination. Gummies made from unique local fruits, like Benamagain from Ehime or Nanko Ume from Wakayama, are definitely popular souvenirs, playing into that desire to bring back a taste of a specific place.
Makes sense.
The article also suggests a fun way to enhance the experience by freezing them. Apparently, it transforms the texture into something like a sherbet.
Ooh, frozen gummies.
Yeah, and the idea of food comparison tours focused on these regional gummies offers an engaging way to learn about Japan's diverse geography and food culture.
That's a neat idea. And finally, the third way is through creative cooking using gummies. I have to admit, my first thought is just eating them straight from the bag.
Mine too.
Uh,
But what kind of culinary uses are they suggesting?
It's definitely thinking outside the confectionery aisle. The article mentions some surprising emerging culinary applications, ranging from simple additions to yogurt parfaits or Capri salads.
Okay, for sweetness and texture.
Right. To more unexpected uses like adult desserts soaked in brandy.
Brandy-soaked gummies. Wow.
Or even as an ingredient in a sauce for roast beef.
Get out! Roast beef sauce!
That's what it says. It really emphasizes the versatility beyond just snacking, highlighting their potential in terms of sound, regional characteristics, and ability to be arranged in different ways.
That is truly multifaceted.
It's amazing how multifaceted something as seemingly simple as a gummy can be. And for those of us who aren't planning a trip to Japan in the near future, the article does offer a glimmer of hope for accessibility through online retailers.
Yes, good point. It points out that many popular and even some limited edition Japanese gummies can often be found on platforms like Amazon.
Okay, good to know.
They even give a couple of specific examples. Kanika Foods Rhabdolactic Acid Bacteria Fruit Juice Gummies,
Probiotic gummies.
apparently, and Two Foods Two Gummy Liposome VC Gummies, which offer the added perk of vitamin C. The article highlights the interesting idea of enjoying a gummy while also getting that vitamin C boost.
So you can feel slightly less guilty.
Maybe?
So, to bring our deep dive to a close, it's clear that Japanese gummies are far more complex than just a basic sweet treat. We've explored their unique textures, the emphasis on delicate natural fruit flavors,
A quality focus.
right, a real dedication to quality and even functionality, and surprisingly innovative and creative ways to enjoy them.
Absolutely. What began as a simple chewy candy in Germany has undergone this remarkable evolution in Japan, becoming a diverse and innovative category that truly reflects cultural preferences and that constant pursuit of improvement.
Yeah.
It's a testament to how even seemingly ordinary items can hold surprising depth and, well, innovation.
And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it, given the incredible diversity we've uncovered in something as unassuming as a gummy, what other everyday snacks might hold similar hidden worlds of fascination just waiting to be explored? It definitely encourages you to look beyond the surface of the familiar foods we encounter every day.
A great point to end on.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.